And what good is a dream if you can't make your shit come true? And what good is a team if everyone depends on you? So that being said, what up, Stepper? How you doing today? What good is your team if everyone depends on you? Does the success of your team depend on you? That's the question today. Now, this being said, guys, welcome to Building a Team. In this series, sub-series, really just discussing with you guys the mindset of someone looking to build a team through a business and organization. There are certain dilemmas that you are going to face and just different things that you have to think about. And I personally believe that your thought process is what makes up your reality, right? Because every thought, before you have an action, you usually think about it. Unless you don't think about it, you know? But that happens, I understand. I get it, trust me. Now that being said, guys, if you're not thinking out there, this is the time to wake up, start thinking. Now that you're thinking, and now that you're here, let's discuss, does the success of your team depend on you? Uh-oh. Faithfully, before it starts raining. Now, the success of your team, obviously, if you're the leader, not even obviously, right? But I'm saying, you may be thinking obviously, I'm the leader of the team, so the success of my team does depend on me, right? If I don't, do things, then how could they know what to do? That's true to a certain extent. And what I mean to a certain extent is, check this out, make it real simple and plain. Yes, if you don't do certain things that, your team doesn't succeed, but also your team should be able to operate by themselves to a certain extent. Your team should be able to operate being they know the direction of where they have to go by themselves. You should not be like holding their hand through the process, because if they have to, put it like this, you should have team members that are able to make complex, not even complex, but certain decisions by themselves. And also, if you'd like to learn the difference between what I believe a team member is versus a mercenary, work for hire type of thing, and the mindset difference of why it's important to make, your team members actually team members with the compensation, check out How to Pay Your Team Members right there, Building a Team. That video really will add context to my mindset about this video. But now, with this being said, guys, with your team members, not only that, you have to have team members that are willing to grow with you, grow with the business. Now, again, there's a huge difference between team members and mercenaries. You have to be able to establish the difference between them, and you have to be able to categorize people in those certain roles, because if you do not categorize them correctly, you're going to have ambivalent feelings developing, and you're not going to know why. And the reason why, more than most likely, is because you're expecting more of them than they expect or even want from you and from themselves in this current time. Now, this being said, it's starting to rain, no, but let me sum it up for you guys. The success of your team can depend on you, but you want team members that are willing to grow, right? And also you want team members that are willing to act with their own thought process, They can do certain things, maneuver, and not only just maneuver, but they want to. Now, we know the secret catalyst, like I said, is about to be how to pay them. So check that video out. Don't click away from this video, click the link in the description. Now, depending on how you're paying them, they will think as team members. And when you're thinking as a team member, you're willing to usually do whatever makes the team best, right? Now, just to give you an analogy, if you're a, athlete person out there, you may be asked to play a different position, not because, the coach or whoever, the team owner, not because they think less of you, but because it can benefit the team more, right? If it can benefit the team more. So you have to find people that are willing to do what they have to do to benefit your team. You don't want to end up basically running a business where everybody's coming back to you to say, hey, is this a good idea? Or, hey, should I say this? Or, hey, should I do this? Or someone else that's like, I don't need to grow. I'm comfortable right here. I'm good right here. That mindset is going to be somebody that's going to be, a mercenary type of thing. Someone that's a team member is going to act on their own accord to as much leeway as you give them. Granted, they have to earn that leeway, but once they develop a process and they see the process, they should not keep coming back to you and asking you, what to do next, right? Now, I could give you personal, make it more personal being with real estate investing, right? So if you're out there running a wholesale real estate operation, maybe you have somebody cold calling, right? You don't want your cold caller, that person, to always have to come back and always, ask the same question, basically, right? There should come a time when they know what to say after the person says yes, right? After the person says, yes, I want to sell my property, they should know what to say next, right? If you're developing them that way, they should know what to say, or they should know what the next part, what the next step in the process is. This is a personal example. Now that it'll be different for you in your own accord, right? But now you're also gonna have people that if you look at them as a team member and you want them to grow with your, business or your organization, say you have somebody that's in a mercenary role, right? Being, I don't know, let's just say taking pictures or something like that. If you have somebody that's in a mercenary role taking pictures of a property, and let's say you want them to grow out of that role, you see more for them. However, they look at it like, I'm comfortable here, I don't need to grow, I don't want to do that, right? Maybe you see them not only just taking pictures, but they can also call for your operation as well, get on the phone. That way they can earn more than the percentage that you're already giving them if you're giving them an equity split. Remember, check out that video in the description of how to pay your team members. It's very important. It's going to determine the growth and the success of your business. So this being said, guys, if you're giving this team member an equity split, and let's say you're giving them, less than what they can get when it comes to cold calling, but they just don't want to grow because they feel like they don't have to, this can create ambivalent feelings within you as an owner, right? You're gonna feel like, dang, we need more. This is a team, right? If we're a team, this is what's best for the team, then why won't you grow? Because this is a team. If it's a team, right? That's what I'm explaining to you guys. You're building a team here. So, but that being said, learning the difference between a mercenary for hire, work for hire situation, and it's not about the person, it's about the role that you're putting that person in. So learning the difference between a mercenary role for a person and also a team member role, it'll really help you because you don't have expectations for someone that's in mercenary role, right? Somebody that's in a position where you're paying them, work for hire type of situation. You don't have expectations for them to usually grow if they don't want to, right? Because this being said, to go from a mercenary to a team member, there has to be maybe an equity split or a salary being put in place. This will change the mindset of both of you guys, and also the expectations will be set. This being said, guys, it's raining out here, so I really gotta dip, but this is the second entry to building a team. Faithfully, we covered everything today. Yeah, we covered everything, all we really need to. The next thing you really gotta do is get the Steppin. And remember, guys, your thought process will determine your reality. And don't get twisted between the time. There's called, this period. This is buffering a time period, right? Between everything that you thought about, even your actions. Before all of that leads to the reality that you really imagine for yourself. Don't be deterred from the buffering of time phase, right? Because it's a process that all of us, everybody that's ever achieved anything meaningful, they all had to go through it. In other words, get the Steppin.